One of the most common misconceptions about hypnosis is the idea that we can become stuck in a state of hypnosis indefinitely. Now this simply isn't true, and to suggest it is very similar to suggesting that we might get stuck in a state of normal sleep indefinitely. We just know it's not going to happen. However, there are occasions, as you probably very well know, when your subconscious mind decides it will be a really good idea for you to have an extra hour or two in bed in the morning and sleep right through your alarm clock. Perhaps it knows that at some level you needed that extra piece of sleep, so it decided to sacrifice your morning for it. Now this can also happen in hypnosis. It's a lot rarer, but it can happen. We can oversleep when a hypnotist gives us the suggestion to wake up, just in the same way that we might sleep through an alarm clock. Of course, in this situation, the hypnotist will just gain rapport with us and then pace and lead us out of the hypnotic trance state, or simply run through the hypnotic script again a little bit more enthusiastically, and we'll wake up. In the worst case scenario, if your subconscious mind decides that you want to stay in trance, and the hypnotist then just wanders off and leaves you to it, one of a few things are going to happen. When that connection is broken between you and the hypnotist, you might wake up automatically. You could finish what you've been asked to do, or become bored of what you're doing and then wake up that way. You could become uncomfortable, perhaps too hot or too cold, or just simply need the toilet and then wake up that way. Or, in the absolute worst case scenario, you could go through the hypnotic process all the way down into normal sleep, have some time of normal rest, and then once you are rested, just wake up in the usual way. You cannot stay in hypnosis indefinitely. It simply can't happen. Now, to give you an idea of how this works, I hypnotise myself every single day. Every night when I go to bed, I either do self-hypnosis or I listen to hypnotic audio. And I never ever use a wake-up script. I just leave myself to fall asleep at night. I go through hypnosis, I have my hypnotic experience, I do whatever therapy I want to do, and then I allow myself to fall into a normal state of sleep and I wake up refreshed in the morning. In fact, quite often I put suggestions in that I'll wake up at a specific time in the morning so I don't have to use an alarm clock, and I haven't set an alarm clock in 6 years. So you have got a tremendous amount of control over this process. In fact, you've got a lot more control than the hypnotist. If a hypnotist hypnotises you and halfway through the therapy you think, hey, this is not for me, or perhaps you suddenly remember something that means you need to be awake, you can just open your eyes and bring yourself back to fully waking consciousness, because you're in control. Ultimately, all the hypnotist is doing is guiding you so that you can do the therapy or the hypnosis on yourself. So if you decide it's time to wake up, then so be it. Just open your eyes and bring yourself back to waking consciousness. You might have to have a little bit of a shake to fully associate yourself in your consciousness, but it's very, very easy to do. So, you cannot become stuck in hypnosis any more than you could become stuck in normal sleep. The idea came from the way the media portrays hypnosis, which is a kind of hypnosis in itself. It's something that a lot of people believe. So if you had that belief, then the chances are that you probably didn't want to experience hypnosis yourself, because the idea of going into trance might have been a little bit scary if you thought that you might not come back out. So now you know that that isn't possible, you can go and enjoy hypnosis and gain all the wonderful benefits that there are when you start to gain access to your subconscious mind and unleash your inner potential.